Good morning. I don't know if I want to say happy Saturday. It is a Saturday. We were on this lane last week, and we got this motor start contactor working again, right? But then, I don't know, something happened after we left. And somebody decided, hey, I think I'm going to replace this motor contactor. And they broke it. I don't know what happened. I wasn't here, right? This leg's flippy flopping around. It's yeah, she's done. Tried to hold it in place with a magnet, and apparently that didn't work. But the other thing, it's broken. It's cracked in half. There's a mount screw to the circuit box back there that anchors it down, and somehow the housing has become cracked. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure it's too important, but I think the moral of the story is if you're not super confident or you've never done it before, at least ask for some help. People are out there happy to help. But now, yeah, the thing had to go out of service because that broke, and they didn't have another motor contactor in stock. I think the story I was told, the one down on lane 7 that was sticking closed, they were going to try and put that here. But that was a known bad contactor, so that would not have been a very good thing to do. So we have a brand new motor contactor, and we're going to put it in. I'm not going to get it on camera because we did one last week. You can go backwards in time. Backwards is that way today, and watch that. It's the same. It's going to be the same thing. Ooh, shiny. Look at that. That's beautiful. Okay, we've got our motor contactor replaced. Let's fire it up and see what we can see. Runs on, off, on, off, on, off. I'm very curious to know what might have happened, why somebody may have felt the need to replace this motor contactor. Were they having trouble with the machine turning on? Were they having trouble with the machine turning off? We don't know. We don't have that level of information, but all signs point to this functions properly once again. I think out of an abundance of caution, like we did a couple weeks ago, let's turn it on with the scoring system, right? Because we all know that Scotch locks are the devil, right? We've got it turned on via the scoring system, and we've wiggled all the wires around. I can't get anything to flicker off, so I'm not sure. I'm going to give this one a thumbs up because everything seems to be in good working order. We'll get the circuit box cover back on it and bounce off to the next thing. So let's take lane number 36 off our list. Everything looks good there. Next thing on our list, lane number 7, power flickering. Well, let's take a look. Let's see what kind of a power flicker we have. Crazy. Let's shut it off right there. They said the motor was getting really hot. It may or may not have tripped the thermal, but I think that can happen when you're giving it flickery power. Let's unplug the motor. I'm gonna turn it on, and we'll jump around to the front side. Well, that's not good. It's not arcing out. It's not rubbing through. So I don't think it's there. Oh. Oh, hold on. I didn't have the camera steady. Contactor's chattering. Could it be this wire here? Could be. Hold on, I saw some arcing over here. Let's cut the lights real quick. Let's see if we can figure this out. Aha. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but yeah, I found it. Let's see if I can zoom in enough. Loosey-goosey solder connection here. So we're gonna try and touch that up and see if there's anything else. Everything else looks halfway decent, but can you see the wires in the bottom side of the solder connection, how those move too? Yeah. So let's go get our soldering iron and we'll touch this up. Ever so delicately, we're gonna come in with our butane powered soldering iron. Please, there we go. A little crusty. She doesn't want to take a lot of solder. Wires are kind of corroded. But that looks better. Let's give it a minute to cool up and do our wiggle test again. A little bit, huh? I don't know if we can go more. Well, we can go more. Maybe turn our soldering iron up just a little bit hotter. This old corroded wire may not want to take solder very easily. More flux. We need more flux. That's better. Let's power it on and wiggle it. Let's make sure that we're all safe here. You guys are sitting on top of the turret, so you should be safe. The motor is unplugged. Power on. No flickers. Oh, we got a flicker there. So our red wire, we may need to touch the solder up on that just a little bit too. All right, power off, unplugging. That accelerator motor's very noisy. We give our soldering iron just a minute to warm up here. We did shut it off for just a sec. All right, I think we're good. Looks good. I think we've injected enough heat into it. Give that a minute to cool off. And then we'll plug it back in, turn the breaker on, and test it one more time. No flickers. Yeah, buddy, we're good. All right, we're done here. The motor's plugged back in. We'll fire it up and see if we have resolved our issue. Looks like it. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Nope. We did not resolve our issue. Okay. Well, crazy. So all of our connections here at the motor start relay are looking good, but when I wiggle up here, hold on, I think we have a bad crimp here on this wire end. Because when I wiggle, yeah, it could be that side, could be this side. Well, I would be more suspicious of this one, but again, the screws aren't loose, but our coil's dropping out. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it's our coil. Our motor start relay isn't opening up, but our coil's opening up. So let's take a look at these wire ends here for the motor contactor coil. I think I found it. Don't worry, we're safe. We're unplugged. Our breaker's turned off. But this red wire turned black and it had some tape on it, so I decided to open it up, and look what we found. Just two wires just simply twisted together. Lovely, lovely. Let's see if we can get a wire nut or a butt splice on there. I'm gonna go with butt splice, and let's see if that takes care of our issue once and for all. We put a wire nut in there. I ran out of red butt connectors. I've got some blue ones, but they're technically a little too large for that wire gauge size. But let's power it back on. Wiggles. Wiggles, wiggles. Bluetooth contactor. Wiggles, wiggles, wiggles. Nothing. Nothing. Alright, we're good. NASA approved wiggle the wire test is successful. So the moral of the story is twisting wires together and wrapping them in tape is not okay. That's not an approved method for wire connections, right? Don't do it. Let's test this again. We're only running 19 pins. No flickers. What the hell is that? What is that? Oh my God. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I didn't do it. Power flickering is what we're here to resolve, right? Let's go to 180 degrees. That's a little far. That's okay. I bet we have a pin and an X washer for that. Well, after taking a closer look, it's actually pretty secure. It might not be book spec. It may not be how I would do it, but it's working just fine. And we have other things that are real issues instead of this little teeny tiny problem here that isn't really a problem. So we can take lane number 7 off the list. Power flickering, we're good there. This was yesterday's project. Vacuum motor contactor conversion for Atlas machines. We did a contact motor conversion, plus we replaced their I/O and relay boards. It was having trouble walking on the approach, like maneuvering lane to lane. We're still not done yet. I'll be back there in a couple of days. We're going to replace the ADS, the approach drive sensor wheels, and see if that finally resolves their issue. So we're ever so slightly over rotated, but so let's go left 90 degrees. Yeah, not great. The last major thing on our list today is 21. Turret check. So let's head that way. So the complaint on 21 is that it won't turn on. It blacked out on them, and I said check the jam switches, and they didn't really know how to do that. I noticed this is the one we transplanted our rake shaft. We pulled it off 10, we put it in here. And we had the broken adjuster screw on our turret jam micro switch. It was being held on with a hose clamp to hold the switch in the closed position. I noticed it felt really stiff. The turret didn't really want to pivot properly, and I'm not sure why. Because these clamps, these caps that hold the turret on, they don't actually clamp it to that cross shaft, right? So why is it so sticky? We don't know yet. Yeah, so check this out. I'm gonna crane over here. Weird stuff. This might be a first. I've never seen a sticky pivot point on a turret frame, so I don't know exactly where to go from here, other than let's maybe loosen one cap and clean. Perhaps it, this doesn't look like an area where the roof leaks, but I don't know. There's something's gumming it up, right? Maybe what we should do, let's plug the motor back in and let's get her down to 270 so we can work and inspect below the turret as well. Yeah, this isn't typically like a lubrication spot for preventive maintenance, but let's see. I think their WD-40 is kind of empty. That's okay. We have regular oil. Give that side a little blast. Ugh. Crawl over to the other side here. This can is almost empty. We're just kind of blowing air on it right now. That's okay. Let's see if that does anything. That actually seemed to help out quite a bit. Let's turn it back on. I've got the motor unplugged again for what we're going to call electrical testing, right? That looks good. I'm not sure why the deck light is staying on, but that may be a different problem. Sticky motor contactor or something. Looks good. I think we solved that one. Let's switch gears just a little bit, and let's see if we have any issues going on with our motor not contactor, but motor start relay. Because we lifted up the turret and we could hear the accelerator turn off, but we didn't see the deck light turn off, right? So something in here didn't open up properly. We're unplugged, the breaker's turned off, but let's take a look here. Yeah, something. Every once in a while I can. I mean, it's pretty good, but can we make it better? Let's find out. So I bent the spring-loaded middle reed just a little bit. It's not part of the actual contact points, but it's the little spring, kind of a U-shaped spring that actuates and pulls the reeds together and apart. But let's do the on-off test. Off. Something got stuck. I don't know what got stuck, but it got stuck. Stuck. Off. On. Off. Stuck. Off. Unstuck. So we're sticking for some reason. That sucks. Well, let's see if we can work a little magic on there. Well, we got lucky. We have a new old stock relay. What a satisfying click. We don't have that on the other one, despite all of our efforts. So, this is going to go in. So let's take a look. We have a new relay in here. Let's unplug our motor. Plug our power in. Flicker on. On and off. Perfect. Alright, cover's back on. Plug is in. Breaker's on. We are done here. Well, no, they want a bowl on it. Just to test. Well, I think that is going to do it. Lane 21, we are good to go.